Alright everybody, welcome back to PDSN. Today we're tackling something that's been building for years, but 2026 finally pushed it over the edge. The mass migration from Windows to Linux. If you've been feeling boxed in by Windows 11, forced online accounts, telemetry, you can't fully disable the AI layers that sit between you and your own machine, or the constant ecosystem lock-ins. You're not alone. My inbox is full of people saying the same thing. I'm done. I want out, but I don't know where to start. So today we're doing a full guide, not a teaser, not a five-step distro list, a complete migration roadmap for privacy-minded Windows users who want to reclaim control without breaking the workflow. So let's get into it, shall we? The pressure points have stacked up. Windows 11, new AI requirement features, mandatory Microsoft accounts, cloud dependency settings, telemetry baked into the OS, hardware levels enforced, platoon, secure boot tightened, the store ecosystem pushes subscription-based apps, increasing friction for offline or a local-only workflow. People aren't switching because Linux suddenly became magical. They're switching because Windows stopped being a personal computer. Linux isn't the alternative anymore. It's the escape hatch. Here's the part that scares people, but it shouldn't. Choosing a distro is like choosing a car. They all get you where you want to go, but the ride feels different. Best choices for Windows migration: Linux Mint, closest thing to a Windows stable, predictable. Zorin, polished, familiar IE, great for beginners. KDE Neon, Windows-like customization. Fedora Workstation, modern, fast updates, great hardware support. Ubuntu LTS, huge community, easy to support. If you want maximum privacy, Debian, stable minimum telemetry. QBs, OS, compartmentalized security, Tails, and amnestic anonymity focused. You can't say that for a drink in your hand. If you want maximum control, Arch Linux built everything for you, everything your way. OpenSUSE, Tumbleweed, rolling releases, enterprise upgrade tools. The key is simple. Pick the one that matches your comfort level, not your ego. Before you touch anything, back up everything using external SSD, NAS, sync them to other machines or other, even a simple USB stick of documents. Export your browser data, bookmark, password extensions, Firefox sync, or local exports. List your critical apps, then map them to Linux alternatives. Photoshop, GIMP, or Krita. Premiere is Kdenlive or DaVinci Resolve. Office, LibreOffice or Office only. OneDrive, Sync, or Nextcloud. OBS is, well, OBS. Check hardware compatibility. The most modern software work out of the box. NVIDIA is the only wildcard, but 2026 drivers are finally decent. Download the ISO from your chosen distro official site. Create a bootable USB. Use Rufus, Ventoy, or Valina Etcher. Boot into the installer. Restart. F12, F10, ESC, boot menu, whichever one it is for you. Choose your install method. Replace Windows entirely. Dual boot, install alongside Windows, or use a second drive. If you're new, let the installer handle it. If you're advanced, create root, home, and swap, which is optional these days. You'll notice something immediately. The OS isn't fighting you. Update everything. You can do that through the terminal, which, okay, if you're like me, I do understand Linux a little bit, but I kept the assistant. I went to, and it's going to sound counterintuitive, I know, but I used Copilot, which will help get you through with the codes. It writes the codes out for you, prints them out, you just copy them, paste them in, you're good to go. All you have to know is your password. Copilot was really, really helpful in getting Linux installed. In fact, it recommends Linux. If you ask Copilot what they recommend, it's not Microsoft. It's not Windows. Take my word for it. Install the essential apps: Firefox, LibreOffice, VLC, Kdenlive, GIMP, and Steam. Enable Flatpak. Gives you access to modern apps. Set up, backup, use TimeShift, DejaDo, and PTRFS snapshots. If supported, install drivers. Most distros prompt automatically. Gaming: Steam, Proton, Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, GTB, most AAA games. Lecturis fills in the gaps. Officeworks, LibreOffice or Office only handle 95% of the workflow. Cloud storage, Syncthing gives you local control. Nextcloud gives you self-hosted cloud. Windows apps you still need to use. You can use Bottle, Wines, Proton, from VirtualBox, or KVM, but I'm going to tell you right now, most Windows apps today are simply a browser tab. So that's what Web 3 is about. So basically, if you're using a Chromium browser, any Windows app will work right out of the box, especially on Zorin Live. Firewalls. Most distros ship with one. Enable GoFW or Firewall. Browser hardening. Firefox, uBlock Origin, privacy settings, metadata cleaning is map, the documentations and images. Password is use KeepPass XC, and for encryption, enable full encryption during install. Linux isn't just an operating system, it's a philosophy. You own the machine, you choose the software, you decide what runs, you control your data. Windows is a service, Linux is a computer, and once you feel that difference, you don't go back. If you're watching this, you're already halfway through the door. The next step is simple. Choose a distro and try and keep it. You don't have to commit immediately, you don't have to delete it. Windows today. But you can start building a future where your computer works for you, not for a corporation. Drop your questions below, share your migration stories. Let's build this sovereign movement together. Like, follow, and subscribe for more.